This is the second one of this author called Penton. I almost said Fenton because we have Fenton in 2474 as a character, but Penton. The last one was 2261. That was the very first one we got to read of theirs. 2261. Let's see here again. 2261. I said 2261. Yeah, it's the. So I just mentioned in the last SCP. I was like, oh, is this? We have another funny like cop SCP that's in Great Britain, and that's the one. 2261 that's the one that I just mentioned. Wow, what a coincidence! All right, Penton, you wrote. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did not expect that either when that coincidence happened with me. So, on brand, Penton, on brand. All right, let's go. What do we have here? What the fuck is all this? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, these are all like sir. So we have the misters and we have the sir. Oh, it's a new. Okay, interesting. Sorry, I just looked at that real quick. So we had. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have a good time reading this. Personal warning: the following document was created under the influence of a coherent hazardous effect, specializing in the alteration of perceived information. Information in this document is not to be discerned as truth. A revised document has been made available to personnel with clearance. It is advised to those assigned into this SCP item to read this document in order to acquire a better understanding of its coherent hazardous components. It's midnight. Just what you guys want to know. How much more I have to do while it's midnight. Which means that, yep. Which SCP got uploaded today? Oh, 2234, yeah, the gifs, the advertising gifs that are like graffiti sprayed on walls that can still like react like gifs. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. I'm reaching 2476 of the SCPs right now. Still got 3 more to read after this one. It's been a long reading stream right now, but I'm about to start 2476, so here we go. Where was I? It's about to those assigned to this SCP item to read this document in order to acquire a better understanding of its coherent hazardous components. Night. Oh yeah, of course, because the SCP is affecting how we perceive it, so we think it's a night. Oh, that's why it's called Sir. Okay, Sir 2476 to save. Oh, you. This happens quite a lot. I'm always surprised that people like come in here and was like, what is this about? So, have you ever heard of SCP, or is this like the very first time that you hear that? Man, I wish Howard was here. Special chamber requirements. First time. So, okay, I'm going to give a quick rundown because I've been reading for 3 hours and I still have more to go. So, if I miss something, I apologize. But SCP is this is a website called the SCP Wiki. It's about how a foundation tracks, it's trying to secure, contain, protect, right? Securing anomalies, creatures. It can be anything. It can be a creature, can be a human being, can be an object, can be a concept, can be a plant, can be literally anything, as long as it acts in an abnormal way, in a way that just doesn't make sense. And the whole job is for them to contain them. And I'm reading every single one. I've read so far 2,475, and there's multiple series of these things. And what else is there to say? They also have the D class, which D classes are criminals that the Foundation asked if they want their life sentence shortened, and they of course said yes, without knowing that they might have to face eldritch horrors or some weird mechanical thing. So the best example of an SCP, if you want to look one up, would be 096. That's the most famous one. That's called Shy Guy, who is a humanoid creature who doesn't like his face seen. If you see his face, he will kill you. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you saw his face, he will break through steel. He will break through walls. He's nearly indestructible too, and will kill you. Even if you see his face on the picture, in the video, doesn't matter. That's an SCP, for example. And I decided 5 years ago to read them all, which there are now 9,000 SCPs out there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry again if it's very vague of an answer, because, like I said, I've been spending 3 hours reading 6 out of 10, because I read 10 on Saturday and 10 on Sunday. There's a lot more. There's like other groups that create SCPs. There's groups that want to keep SCPs to themselves. Like, for example, Dr. One Entertainment is a person that creates like childlike friendly SCPs, like toys, but they definitely have like very bad after effects. And then that's like an example of a person that creates them. And then there's Marshall Carter and Dog, who also creates them and wants to keep them themselves, because a lot of the SCPs are for like high society, like nobody else deserves them. But they're also very fucked up. So yeah, if you stick around throughout these streams, I stream Saturday, Sunday. I read these 10 p.m. Central European time. That's when I start reading them. And yeah, now I'm not sure if this is going to be a good example, but it's all like just fictional stories. Yeah, they're all fictional stories. In 2007, somebody made a SCP called 173, the statue, which, if you ever watch Doctor Who, is very much like similar to that. It's a statue that if you look at it, you have to keep looking at it. You cannot blink, you cannot look away, because if you do, it will break your neck in an instant. So either you keep looking at it while you're in the same room, or you have two people looking at it, and then you tell each other like, okay, I'm about to blink, and then like the person can blink while the other person keeps an eye on them. That was the very first SCP that was written in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. And each SCP also has a certain danger level of how difficult it is to contain them, to keep them locked away. But yeah, I'm going to read this one. It says here that this one is supposed to be... Also, there are people who really believe the SCP stories. I don't think anybody believes them. Like I said, they're all like fictional, and everybody who has written them knows like it's just adding more and more lore to the world. Basically, it's just adding more creatures. It's like a sandbox of creative writing. But okay, I have to now continue reading, because like I said, been reading for 3 hours and I still have 4 more to go. If you stick around, maybe these will answer some more questions. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is the best example for your first SCP to read, or me reading to you. No problem. Like I said, I would have given you a lot more of a detailed answer if I didn't know I have a lot more to read afterwards. But here we go. This is an example of this is SCP-2476, which is called I Didn't Expect That. And here we had the document saying that it has a cognito hazard, meaning it affects how you view it, or how you perceive it, basically. And it has changed the log, because normally the log looked different in this. I can show you an example of how the log of a previous one. So this is a very short one. For example, you have the object class. Here you have the SCP number, the object class. So the 3 object classes are safe, meaning it's very easy to keep them contained, because either A, they don't do anything dangerous, or B, you have to trigger them on purpose to get the effect out, or C, they're just they're beneficial. Then you have Euclid, which is this one, meaning it's a bit more difficult because like it's either like it can break out of containment easier, so you have to require a lot more like a higher budget to keep them contained, or how they break out is a lot more difficult to assess. And then there's Keter, which is like very difficult to keep contained because either A, it's massive, as in like it can like be easily seen, it can be easily discovered by people, it's highly dangerous sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Yeah, so those are like the three main object class you will see. Okay, let's actually get into it now. We have so this, as you can see, it already changed the object class to knight because it's considered himself as a knight, and instead of special containment procedures, it has now special chamber requirements. So it's affecting how the text is written. Sir 2476 is kept in a humanoid containment tower at Site 17 Castle. So instead of so Castle is also not what we have. Questioning in interviews with Sir 2476 are to be kept to a minimum in order to prevent the activation of his primary enchantment. That's another thing. Usually it would say SCP 2476, which I'm pretty sure will say here, right? Yeah, it does. But yeah, here it says Sir, and also primary enchantment instead of primary anomalous effect. Sir 2476 will be fed on a diet consisting of ham, canned pork, and any type of jam as a condiment. Sir 2476 has been allowed to keep a polished shrubbery in its chamber of its own request. Description: Sir 2476 is a human male in his early 30s, biologically identical to the late film actor Graham Arthur Chapman. Sir 2476 is prone to occasional episodes of hostility, where it will insult personnel in a French accent and insist they leave its presence under the threat of further taunting. Apart from these episodes, Sir 2476 is generally cooperative with Foundation staff. The word Mr. Monty Python and the Holy Grail by Gamers Against of course, it's Gamers Against Weed, are tattooed across Sir 2476's left thigh. Sir 2476 displays a number of enchantments relating to the 1975 film Monty Python the Holy Grail by the British comedy group Monty Python. Sir 2476 is only... You're banging coconuts! is only capable of verbal communication through the use of words used in the manuscript of the film. Camelot! It's only a model. I need to watch that film again, it's so good. Sir 2476 is able to recite the script of the film in its entirety, including dialogues, descriptions, actions, and both beginning and ending credits. Sir 2476 is unable to speak any words outside of the script, despite multiple attempts. When speaking for extended periods of time, Sir 2476 will begin dictating lines from the film script in order and proceed to recite the remainder in its entirety. Sir 2476 will begin reciting from a point in the script where the last words it spoke was used. Anyone speaking with Sir 2476 or anyone else involved in the conversation at the time of the effect's activation will join in with the recital. Oh, okay. So he forces you to reenact the Monty Python movie. Sir 2476 in those affected will speak the dialogue of a varying set of characters through the entire recital. Subjects will take turns to speak the script's description and actions. Beginning and ending credits will be recited by Sir 2476. Those affected are unable to recall the events which took place while under Sir 2476 effect. Okay, so you even forget that you participated in this. By the way, are there any SCP that explicitly reference to resemble Jinn from Islamic belief? There was one that we had a little bit ago, I think last year. That was a reference to a Jinn, but I don't know. Let me see if I... Yeah, I don't think I have it in the title or in any of the tags, but there was like some discussion that maybe it might be a Jinn. But not sure if I don't think I can remember the number or the SCP off the top of my head. But yeah, if you want to have an easy time I'm gonna plug in my own channel now. If you give in on YouTube, Dr. AfroFluff, just like my Twitch name AfroFluff, but write in Doctor, you will find my SCP channel, where I upload SCP 1300 onwards till now. Well, not till now, but like because like the one that is out right now is 2234. 2234, and the other ones will come out in scheduled time. See ya. Okay, well, that was with you. Thank you so much for listening and checking this out. But yeah, just look around. Just give an SCP Jin. You probably find one. There must. I'm pretty sure there is one that has that number. Given the fact that that mythology and religion has been a constant return in this world, I'm pretty sure that there's something you can find that you will like. Okay, in the initial interview log, the following is a partial interview performed by Brother Bell shortly after recovery of Sir 2476. Brother Bell, alright, Sir 2476, do tell me, what are your earliest memories? And what did you do to these peasants in... I remember what... wait, French. Fuck. My French accent is like so weak. Oh, I remember walking around and knocking into someone. I said sorry. They were nice to me. We started to talk about funny things. What did you discuss? Monty Python. We both like it. How did you know about the film beforehand? I knew it when I appeared. Alright. How did you make them do what they did? It started after a little while. He brought up the spanking scene. I remember it being fantastic. So we started saying it. That was the trigger. Yes, it was rather fun. Did I do something wrong? No, you have nothing to worry about. Oh, okay, thank you. I was afraid I'd done something bad. I slipped into Italian there. Do you enjoy comedy films? Oh yes, I haven't seen them, but I know they're good. Could I watch them? We'll see. If you can help us out some more, I'm sure it can be arranged. Oh, thank you. I get to watch it properly. With all the dancing and singing. So 2476 pauses for a few seconds. And cheery music will be required to make it seem homey. Luckily, that is just what you get. Nice. Singing. We're nice at the round table. We dance when we are able. Nice people on the table. We do routines and whole scenes with footwear. That's the scene. That's the scene that my friend mentions the most. That's so good. At this point, the interview was immediately terminated and Sir 2476 was returned to its holding chamber. Both Sir 2476 and Brother Bell continued to recite the script of Monty Python and the Holy Grail in its entirety. Despite being held in separate locations, they got better. I also love that it's Brother Bell instead of researcher or agent. Document 2476-8745. The following document was recovered from the village of... Upon locating Sir 2476, it is reproduced below it in its entirety. Jesus Christ, you found yourself your very own... Jesus Christ, you found yourself your very own Sir Monty Python the Holy Grail by the Holy Order of Knights Against Weed. It's only a model. Who is King Wondertainment? Of course it was Wondertainment. But hey, Wondertainment, I prefer this compared to you fucking monstrosity. Not the Misters. The Misters are also great. But I like this. Gather them all and become Sir Gamer. Okay, but we have more here. We have a revised document. Which also has a... Okay, so here we go. Special containment procedures, object class UCAT. Information regarding it may only be available to level... Is this the same? Nope. Level 3 personnel who are currently studying SB2476. Personnel studying SB2476 are to be first directly shown SB2476 anomalous properties directly in order to prevent the spread of its -1. SB2476 is kept in a humanoid containment cell at Site 17. SB2476 has no special medical or dietary requirements. Why does that smile, like that smile reminds me of somebody? Description. SCP-2476 is a human male in its mid-20s. SB2476 is prone to occasional episodes of extreme hostility where it will demand personnel to conform to its desires under the threat of extreme violence. Apart from these episodes, SB2476 is generally cooperative with Foundation staff. The words Mr. Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition, and it's true. It's crazy how every single time when the Spanish Inquisition pops up anywhere in anything, I'm like, I did not expect that. Like, I cannot believe how true the sentence "nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition" is, because I never do. There's never a moment I'm like, this seems like the Spanish Inquisition would show up in the next sentence. It never does in my head. By Gamers Against Weed, altitude across SB2476 left 5. -1 is a cognitive hazard affecting those who have not learned of SB2476 alias by reading its tattoo, or have not yet perceived its anomalous properties occur directly. Under these circumstances, information subjects learn will be falsified to fit the theme of the 1975 film Monty Python: The Holy Grail. Fabrications caused by -1 vary depending on the type of information learned and will persist with each subject. Subjects will continue to experience -1 as they learn more information regarding SB2476 and will only cease once they have perceived SB2476 actual anomalous properties in action. And here we have SB2476 in its original outfit prior to containment. Dressed in its original robes and armor. It just looks like a normal shirt to me, but sure. I mean, to be fair, it's supposed to like affect how we view him anyway, so maybe he was supposed to wear robes and armor there. SB2476 suffers from extreme delusions regarding instruments and objects' capabilities to inflict harm on others, believing items of a safe and benign nature to instead be the most effective. I mean, to be fair, a simple like swipe of a sword in the Monty Python would just ripped somebody else's limb off, so all instruments utilized by SB2476 which under regular circumstances would be effective in inflicting physical harm, initiatives to others will become completely ineffective. SB2476 will utilize whatever instrument it uses in a highly ineffective manner, preventing the target from receiving any physical pain whatsoever. Notable delusions include perceiving a bat to be a baguette and a pair of knives to be a pair of sofa cushions. I'm just gonna check. You can try to resist, I can hide from my kiss, but you know, no, can't fight the moonlight in your heart. Recovery. SB2476 was originally detained on the 11th of January 2017 when Foundation web crawlers located the use of the phrases Gamer Against Weed and Mr. Monty Python and the Holy Grail and numerous social networking accounts mentioning an unknown individual in North Carolina, United States, who had caused several public disturbances. SB2476 was located in a nearby bookstore when retrieved. Dressed in an outfit resembling that of the Spanish Inquisition costumes used in Monty Python, sketches of the same name, attempting to attack a cashier ineffectively with a desk lamp for selling unorthodox reading material. Foundation agents were able to detain it without incident. Amnestics were dispatched to all witnesses effectively. -1 became apparent after multiple Foundation personnel were informed of SB2476 recovery by agents. Temporary containment was prepared to SB2476 based upon falsified information given to Foundation personnel. Personnel were met with surprise upon SB2476 arrival due to its unexpected effects. All personnel involved were given amnestic treatment. And then here, the interview log again. The following is a partial interview performed by Dr. Bell several days after the recovery of SB2476. Interview log. Let's see how much different it is. Oh, hello, we're gonna start another interview? Yes, if that's alright with you. Good. What did you want to talk about? We're hoping to discuss creation of your anomalous properties. Really? Well, God, I honestly have no clue what to tell you. I wouldn't really know what was going on in these guys' heads at the time when they made me. They probably just poured a whole bag of cocaine on the table and just started shoving their heads into it, like raises his head into the air and widens its eyes. Oh! You seem quite energetic today. in a higher pitch. I know. Can I have my outfit back? Sorry, but I told you before, that's not possible. Oh, boo. But in all seriousness, what do you believe was the point of your creation? All the misters so far have been made with at least some meaningful idea in mind. Not to say you yourself are somehow less. We're just finding it difficult to understand why you were made like this. I don't really know. I think it was less of a, we're gonna make something meaningful to make people think, yeah, we're edgy and deep. And more like, guys, we need to do this. It'd be fucking incredible. Or maybe like a reverse thing, like it's a clever idea presented in a really stupid way. That would make sense. Speaking of, how do you feel doing your, well, episodes? It's... Oh, it's really weird. It's not like I don't remember doing it. It's more like when you're really hyper, you know? When you're in that zone of crazy. It's like that but times 100. I just go around acting all mental like, ah. And how do you feel after the experience? Try not to really think about it. But honestly, sometimes I look back on it and I'm like, oh god, what the hell were you doing, you fool? Those surveillance tapes you showed me were pretty funny though. I wonder if does he have a British, does he have a French accent? British. Does he have a French accent when he's not with the ropes? I guess not. I guess he's normal now. The people's reaction alone went enough to cheer me up, so thanks for that. Glad it helped. Another question. How were you able to know about Gamers Against Weed? When we asked about your earliest memories, you said you'd woken up in... I remember some things from what I guess you call before. They're not really clear memories, more like information I woke up with. I think whatever process they used to create me involved making me, but only partly. And editing aspects of me to see how I behaved or something. Do you have a problem remembering? We can continue this at a later date. Nah, it's good. It's just a bit difficult to talk about certain parts. Let's see. This is complicated. The information I know was from what they mentioned when they were making me, kind of like how when you're a baby, you're taking things you hear people say, except, you know, I'm a fully grown guy with an almost fully developed brain. I do remember watching The Holy Grail like 1,000 times, though. Why, thank you. You managed to give us a lot of helpful information. Didn't expect it. Okay, you just held down. The following document was found on SB2476 person when recovered. It is reproduced below in its entirety. Holy heck, you just found yourself your very own Mr. Spanish Inquisition. Oh, so it's not a sir, it's one of the Spanish... Okay, it's one of the misters. Oh. But are these new? These are different ones. But yeah, because they're Mr. Gamer connected. Okay, so they're in collab. Yeah, so these are all different. These are all different misters than what the ones I'm used to. That explains a lot. That makes a sense in my head. Okay. You using coconuts? I understand. I too like Monty Python. Sir 2476. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Maybe you could learn to survive that flesh wound that you haven't. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I need to say. That's all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said, okay? Let me check what message I just got.